The timeless story of George Bailey in the town of Bedford Falls.
I'm leaving this one-horse town. I'm gonna travel.
Adapted by Anthony Palermo from Frank Capra's 1946 classic film.
Clarence Oddbody, Angel, second class. Maybe I can finally earn my wings.
Brought to life in this radio-style production. Adapted by Anthony Palermo from Frank Capra's 1946 classic film.
I was sent from heaven to help you.
Get in the car. Quick, it's your father. He's had a stroke.
Now that Peter Bailey is dead, I move that we dissolve the building and loan.
Showtimes are December 20th at 7 p.m. at the KCHW Theater as we go live on the air. And December 21st at 7 p.m. with a matinee on December 22nd at 2 p.m. at the Chihuahua Center for the Arts. Tickets are only $15 and are available at Acres United Drug, Valley Drug Company, or online at our.show/Chihuahua/radio 2024. Don't miss this one-of-a-kind heartwarming holiday event.
Teacher said every time a bell rings, an angel gets their wings.
Mark your calendars, grab your tickets, and join us for It's a Wonderful Life, a live radio play. A holiday tradition you won't want to miss. It's a Wonderful Life, directed by Catherine Patton and proudly sponsored by Colville Toyota and Cindy and Steve Warner.
Is your house on fire, Claw?
Oh, Bethany, those are Christmas lights.
Isn't that your house, Chuck?
Right? No, I have no lights at all on my house right now. Sorry to tell you, I got nothing.
Wow.
I haven't.
Wow. Hold on.
Okay.
You know I don't believe in all this Christmas fuss. It's crass commercial nonsense. It's try humbug.
Oh, wow.
Try
Wow.
humbug, Chuck.
Wow. Well, good morning, everybody. It is your KCHW morning show. It is Thursday, December 19th. I'm Chuck Ritchie here with Scott. We have later on, we have Dave Tupek and Steve Warner from our new Christmas play, It's a Wonderful Life, coming to join us after the break. Good morning, Scott. How are you?
Good morning, Chuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like I feel like we kind of started over right there.
Yeah, a little bit. You know, we have our tree and stuff up, but our all of our empty bins now that have all the decorations in them are still sitting in the living room, needing to be put back up in the attic. And we have the decorations sitting out, but they're like, you know, in piles on the tables, and they've been that way for like, I don't know, a week or two now.
You're kind of late.
Yeah, we're a little late. We don't have any of the lights up around but we're getting in the Christmas spirit here at KCHW, getting ready for our Christmas play. So there's that.
Okay. Yeah, I know you're busy. I'm just picking on you. Here, this is one I picked out especially for you. Since you haven't got your decorations up, this could be, if you like to change the voices, maybe a conversation between you and your wife. Okay?
Yeah.
Where do you think you're going to put a tree that big? Bend over and I'll show you.
Wow.
Wow. All right.
Right.
All right, let's roll out a little weather.
Okay. Yes.
All right. And you said you've been in seasonably warm. We're kind of enjoying that.
We are. We're a little.
40 for a high today. Cloudy skies. You cut out there, buddy.
Oh, yep. Yeah. But we're having.
Can't hear you at all.
Oh. Have you?
Sounds like a short. Sounds like a short in your microphone, maybe.
Yeah. I think we're having some computer issues. It keeps giving the warning that our resource levels are too low.
Oh,
losing sound,
maybe you're the one that should have rebooted this morning.
I know, right?
All right. Yeah, there you go again. We might have to take a break here, folks. Chuck's having some issues with the computer back at the studio.
Uh-oh.
Sorry, Chuck. All right. Let's take a look here. Oh, real quick, I want to do a shout out. I want to do a shout out to Amy and a big thank you. Amy is like, so hasn't even been unveiled yet, but as we begin the new year, we're going to do our 2025 membership drive for businesses and private individuals and families. And Amy has already sent in a membership. So she's our first membership of 2025 from Amy. Thank you, Amy.
Awesome. Thank you, Amy.
All right.
Appreciate that.
Chuck, I'm going to keep going here with weather. You just flag me down if you're still having problems. I know I just got kicked out of oh, there I'm back. I got kicked out of one of the computers, and I'm going to bail out of that one.
Yep.
I know you're having resource problems. Friday, 42 and 33. That's unseasonably warm. Cloudy skies, a 16% chance of precip. Afternoon rain for Saturday, 42 and 36 with a 90% chance of rain. That's going to be heavy. Sunday right now, 40 and 37. Afternoon showers again. Morning showers for Monday as you return to work, 42 and 37. All right. I see the meters moving. Chuck, are you still with me?
I am still with you. I'm still with you here. I just wanted to let everyone know that is our actually 49 degrees North Mountain Resort weather and ski condition report. I have the ski conditions ready here if you're ready for that.
I was. All right. Thank you. Thank you. We're limping along this morning. Thanks for catching that.
You're welcome. So today up at the higher elevations, we have 22 inches of total snow at the base. 4 inches of snow in the last 48 hours, 7 in the last 72 hours. Up at the summit, we have a snow depth of 50 inches. 10 of those inches have come in the last 72 hours, 9 in the last 48 hours. At the base, we have 29 degrees. At the summit, 28 degrees. 49 degrees North Mountain Resort is open Friday through Tuesday currently, but starting tomorrow, actually, they open their 7-day-a-week operation. For more information on the mountain condition reports or events happening there, you can visit ski49n.com. There you go. Kind of muddled my way through that.
All right, let's take a look what the kids are having for breakfast this morning. Variety of cereal, cheese stick or yogurt, fruit or fruit juice. And then for lunch today, it looks like pizza rippers, salad, and again, your choice of some fruit and vegetables. There you go, what the kids are eating for breakfast and lunch. Move on to a few events. As Chuck mentioned, we have some guests coming in for this weekend's play. Correct, Chuck?
That is correct, sir. Yeah, we have a Friday night at 7 p.m. right here at the KCHW studio is a live performance of It's a Wonderful Life. That's going to be going out live over the air, live over Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, as well as in front of a live studio audience. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And Chuck, I'm watching our levels back at the station, and you're about a third of me. So we're still having some issues there. Maybe kick up your mains a little bit. It's really your microphone. You're just hardly even moving the. And I know I have a big mouth, and I'm probably a little bit louder, but really soft there. So maybe you can boost up your microphone a little bit, so we're balanced out. Moving on with the community calendar, then we've got some opportunities to have pictures with Santa on Saturday morning. One of those happening right here in Chewelah, and the other one at the Deer Park Eagles. Now, I know the Eagles ones goes from like 8 to 11, and our pictures with Santa here in Chewelah, if you're looking for something maybe a little bit closer, is happening up at the Chewelah Golf and Country Club on Saturday morning, and that's 9 to noon. All right. All the kids on the nice list under the age of 7 get to enjoy a pancake buffet for free with the purchase of an adult meal. All right, that's going on at the Chewelah Golf and Country Club and the Rusty Putter on Saturday morning. And then don't forget the one in Deer Park. Maybe you're heading to Spokane to do some shopping. One there at the Deer Park Eagles as well. And then, Chuck, I know you're really involved with the play that's coming up. Can you give us some details on that?
Yeah. So again, Friday night, 7 p.m. right here at the KCHW Theater. Going out over the air, live in studio. Then on Saturday, that's going to happen at 7 p.m. at the Chewelah Center for the Arts. And then once again on Sunday at 2 p.m., there's going to be a matinee at the Chewelah Center for the Arts. We're going to talk about that more after the break. I don't want to give away too many spoilers. But yeah, this is It's a Wonderful Life. It was adapted for radio by Anthony Palermo. It's directed by the lovely Miss Catherine Patton. We have 15 cast members in the play. We have live sound effects as well as pre-recorded sound effects. It's a lot of fun, and we just had our first dress rehearsal last night. We'll be in full costumes, full makeup. It is a reader's theater, so we still are reading from the script, but it's set actually in a 1940s radio station doing a radio play of It's a Wonderful Life. So kind of a whole meta thing we got going on there. So
Next
not
week we will be off the air to all the on-air staff, taking our normal holiday break. I think we've done for 14 years now,
right.
going through the new year. But there is a bunch of holiday stuff still happening. I noticed next week, and a couple places you can get events when you want to find out what's going on in Chihuahua. Of course, the Chamber of Commerce website, and then your creative district, Chuck, has really taken off with their community calendar too. And I see on there, as well as the show, A Wonderful Life, the matinee on Sunday. The Center for the Arts has been so busy.
Yeah.
That evening, it is the third annual A Very Merry Chihuahua Christmas Caroling Sing-Along.
Yeah.
That's going to go from 6 to 7. Also, at the Chihuahua Center for the Arts, admission to that is free if you want to get in on that caroling. Also, next week, there's a bingo night on the 25th. That sounds kind of cool, especially if you've got some time off from work. And then as we roll into the weekend, let's see, on Friday, it is a Christmas tree labyrinth walk and wonder, also happening at the Chihuahua Center for the Arts. This goes on from 6:30 to 9:30. And then Home for the Holidays, 6. Wow. That's going on Saturday, and holiday season won't be complete without the return of Home for the Holidays. In its 6th year, this heartwarming event brings former Stage Time Theater kids back to the stage for an unforgettable evening of music and nostalgia. That happens on the 28th, though, at 7 p.m.
That's right.
A lot of cool stuff, huh, Chuck? Am I missing something that really stands out for you?
Well, I don't think bingo is happening on Christmas night.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's kind of a different one too. I'm sure it won't be, but something to watch out for: bingo nights.
Right.
And some excitement in Chihuahua.
That sounds like a movie, like bingo nights. Yeah.
All right, a couple news headlines, Chuck, if you'll bear with me here.
Really quick.
TP Link is joining TikTok. Government has came out. U.S. officials investigating potential national security risks tied to the telecom company founded in China, whose internet routers are used by millions in America. That company, TP Link. Government's looking to ban them along with TikTok.
God, you really needed your TP link during COVID. That was that was an important link to have.
Those routers are really popular. There's probably a few old ones even sitting around the station. I know we've used them before. So that's going to cause a lot of companies to go out and buy new stuff. Good news department, Chuck. Mackenzie Scott, Jeff Bezos' ex-wife, donated $2 billion in donations for 2024. Let's give her a round of applause.
Wow.
And then that prompts the question is, how does the radio station become friends with Mackenzie Scott?
Right. Mackenzie.
How do we get on that list, please? All right. All sorts of, as you're flying for the holidays, I like to put the scare into you. Here's something you can't do anything about. FAA data shows that lithium battery fires on U.S. airplanes has risen 388% since 2015.
Wow. That is crazy.
Make sure your laptop's off when you put it in the bag.
Yeah, no kidding. Is that what it's from?
Everything from cell phones catching fire to stuff in people's bags, e-cigarettes, computers, anything that uses a lithium battery, potentially a problem. And I think what they're talking about happening is people will not realize it's off.
Yeah.
And they'll wrap it up. Or they wrap it up in such a way that other things are pressed against it, and maybe the power button comes on. Now it's all wrapped up in your socks, and it sits there and it overheats and overheats and overheats, and yeah. Any fire at 30,000 feet, unacceptable.
No, that is not acceptable. I remember there was a time period when cell phones, people would go to sleep with their cell phones under their pillow or something, remember there was that whole thing where cell phone batteries were just randomly exploding. And I haven't heard about that happening in years. I wonder if they changed the technology or if they just stopped reporting about it.
I think the technology is coming along. I watched a documentary on batteries with all the bad news about batteries now with the electric cars and the negative stuff coming out.
Yeah.
It's a guy who's developed a new process for making lithium batteries, and he had 2 control rooms, and he took a regular car battery and he drove a spike into it, and it started basically arc welding. I mean, it was so bright you needed the helmet. And then he took his battery and he pounded 20 spikes into it, It did not catch fire. It did not arc weld, and it was still working and putting out wattage. So
Wow.
he's on to something there. So be looking to that to flood the market in about 20 years.
They stopped putting them. They stopped having the removable batteries in cell phones too. Quite a few years back. I wonder if that has something to do with it.
I don't know what the reasoning was for that.
Yeah,
But
it's just, you can't.
I think it's just to make it more inconvenient, so you have to get a new cell phone.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure.
I know. I've had to buy quite a few new cell phones just because my battery stopped working. Yeah.
All right. You know those monkeys that escaped from that pharmaceutical research lab in South Carolina?
I hadn't heard that. What did you do, Scott?
Okay, so this was like over a week ago. 40 monkeys escaped from a lab. A new hire forgot to lock a door in the enclosure, they say, or potentially did it on purpose.
Yes, I did
All
hear
right,
about
they're
that.
still
That's right.
All right, so they're still investigating that. The monkeys, just like old people, have made their way to Florida. Rumor has it they took a bus.
So the old research monkeys are heading to the beach to retire.
Yep. Orange City Police Department has received multiple reports of monkey sightings within the city. They're telling people to avoid the monkeys, do not try to feed them, to not try to befriend them. Some of them are infected with herpes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So,
Just like the Florida retirees.
oh man, if you see a monkey under your tree, run away.
Wow.
It's maybe if they were dressed like elves, it'd be a little cuter.
Well, plus they're probably bitter that they were in a research lab and were given herpes.
It's just cruel. All right.
Wow.
Center for Disease Control and Prevention confirmed yesterday a Louisiana patient has the first severe human case of H5N1, which we used to call the bird flu. All right. Patient has a severe respiratory illness, hospitalized in critical condition. Health officials believe the person became ill after being exposed to sick or dead birds on their property. CDC says the risk of infection of the general public remains low. There have been 61 reported human cases since April.
Wow.
All
Hey,
right.
kids,
California.
don't play with the dead birds.
Yes.
Yeah.
California. Yeah, I always would do that when I see one. Pick it up,
Right,
check
right.
it out, lift up the wings, look,
Well,
kiss it.
you go
mouth to mouth.
live.
Live, bird, live. All right. California Governor Gavin Newsom declared a state of emergency to help state and local agencies fight that virus. It says dairy herds have reportedly been infected by this bird flu as well, and California has the most.
Wow.
Don't let your cows play with the birds.
No, as much as they love it. You know, I was at the grocery store last night, and I needed to buy some eggs, and I went in there. There was only just a one or two brands of eggs, just a few packages of them, with a big sign that said, "Due to the bird flu outbreak, eggs are becoming hard to get."
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
So, egg shortage. Don't stock up. Don't hoard the eggs. Just buy what you need.
It's going to be like toilet paper.
I know, right?
President-elect Donald Trump demanded that Congress renegotiate its bipartisan spending deal days before the government is set to shut down. Have you ever seen in your life, Chuck, a president-elect start doing stuff before they've been elected and causing problems?
No.
No.
I mean,
No.
causing problems before he takes office is, I mean,
Not surprising, but it's unprecedented. So he demanded that Congress renegotiate its bipartisan spending deal days before the government is set to shut down. The move came after a pressure campaign from ally, or as I like to call him, President-elect version 2.2, Elon Musk.
That's scary.
One bright shining star. House Ethics Committee voted yesterday to release its report on Matt Getz about that all of the drug use, potential sex crimes. Some GOP
human
senators
trafficking.
now have originally they said they won't release it, and now some GOP senators who must not like Mr. Getz have defected to the Dems, and they're going to be releasing that like tomorrow or early next week.
Well, it shouldn't be a partisan deal to try to get somebody who's that big of a scumbag out of office. I mean, he's already.
at least there's people on both sides of the aisle that have opened their eyes, maybe, and
Right.
I'm sure America will be curious to find out what's going on. Also, some GOP senators pushing to review the FBI's background check on Trump's defense secretary pick, Pete Hegseth, who faces several allegations of his own.
Wow. You know what's funny about the whole Gates thing is not only is he a completely disgusting human being, he is dumb. You know, when he got appointed to that position by Trump, he quit his position in the House, expecting to take on that job, and then was refused the job, and now is no longer a member of the House either.
Yes. That was a clever way to get rid of him. I wonder if it was all pre-planned.
I don't know. But
It's
you
awesome.
got to question the judgment of an administration that would give a guy like that a high power job.
Who you want to question is anybody that gives him a job after this.
Right. Ugh.
You know, he had the biggest creep vibe, one of the biggest creep vibes in Washington D.C. anyway. So,
Oh, yeah.
we're happy to see you go. What's that old thing about doors?
I'm picking up a heavy, creepy vibe here.
yeah.
The dude,
All right.
the dude, if he was a Batman villain, you know, parents would have been upset. Like, come on, this is just a comic book. You don't have to be that serious about it.
I wish I was like a DC reporter so I could. Oh, Mr. Getz, are those eyebrows painted on?
It's evil eyebrows.
Evil eyebrows. Arr. All right,
Wow.
so let's wrap this up here with a little sports. The Raptors hope to break the 4-game home losing streak with a win against the Nets at 7:30 Eastern on NBA League Pass tonight. On the ice, Predators may test out their new defenseman Justin Barron in a matchup against the Penguins at 8:15 on ESPN Plus. Sounds like I'm talking about a Batman movie.
Right? The Predators versus the Penguins. I don't know if that's going to end well for the Penguins.
Justin Barron in a matchup against the Penguin. All right, on Thursday night football, it's the Chargers' most important game of the season as they take on the Broncos, 8:15 Eastern on Prime Video. There you go. A few news headlines. All right.
There you go. Are you following? Are you following football at all this year?
Huh? I have not been following football. Just what I report on the radio.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Our Seahawks they've had a weird season. They started off great, and then they lost 4 or 5 games in a row, and then they won 3 or 4 in a row, and now they stink again. So it's just it's been an up and down season.
That's the way most of their seasons go. All right. Just as a warning, I have Christmas dad jokes. It's a Christmas dad joke quiz. And when our guests join us from the Chihuahua Center for the Arts in the 8 o'clock hour, I'm gonna quiz everybody with my dad jokes and see if anybody can get one right. All right, here we go. Bits and breaks.
Okay.
Chuck Ritchie, would you? I've been talking way too much. Would you kick it off with our first joke of the day?
Yes, sir. All right. Oh, goodness. It's trying to switch over here. So a group of carolers were walking the neighborhood last night. You know, now that I think about it, they could have just been singing Porch Pirates.
Wow. Lots of people trying to watch what they eat over the holidays. I'm only eating gingerbread man who've been on the keto diet.
They're healthier.
Can't believe I said that.
You know what, though, Scott? I don't mean to pry. I don't mean to invade your privacy, but I was reading your horoscope last night. Yeah. It said, be careful today because you're prone to saying the wrong thing at the wrong time. You know, kind of like every day.
Oh. Wow, Chuck.
Sorry.
Payback.
I just call it like it is. I call it like it is.
Chuck's 4 stages of life. First, he believed in Santa Claus.
Mm-hmm.
Then he didn't believe in Santa Claus.
Yep.
Then he kind of looked like Santa Claus. And he still kind of looks like Santa Claus.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
If I could only grow that thick, luxurious beard.
Oh, wouldn't that be nice?
It would be.
No,
I only grow this. That's why I don't have the full beard.
Yeah, I wouldn't do a full white beard because then the food would really show up.
Right? All your Cheetos dust would stick around.
All right. Chuck is going to deliver me a round of Would You Rather?
I am. So, Scott, would you rather have a phone that has a long battery life but charges slowly, or has a short battery life but charges really fast?
I like the long one because I can't keep track of stuff like that. Long battery.
I think I think the long battery too, because what do you just plug it in when you go to bed at night? I mean, how long are we talking here? Like days or hours?
Uh,
I don't
well, I set my alarm so I wake up and check my phone every 2 hours.
know.
Maybe
That's-
not. All right.
That's a sad existence, Scott.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sorry to break it to you. All right.
Uh,
Would you rather be 8 forever or 80 forever?
Ew. That's not a choice at all.
No, neither of those sound pleasant at all.
Just out of diapers or just going into diapers? I don't know.
Right?
Doesn't sound like a
Either-
win-win for me.
Wow.
I'm going to go put a diaper on, think about that one, and get back to you.
There you go. Ew. All right. Would you rather always be slightly cold or always be slightly hot?
Oh, come on, Chuck. You know I'm super hot all the time.
Oh.
No, I like being slightly cold. I'll take that.
I think slightly cold is easier because you can always put a jacket on or something. Or does that rule count even if you have a jacket on?
Oh, you could still be slightly cold and just, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Ooh.
know.
I
Now
think
you can-
I think slightly cold. If you could, warm up with a jacket or a nice sweater or something, All right. So would you rather be able to fly but only while playing a banjo? I mean, that actually seems pretty nice to me, and I'll just stop there. Or have super strength but only while yodeling.
I don't know. The last time I flew with a banjo, they made me get a pat down.
You know,
I don't know. I'm pretty good at yodeling. I'm going to go super strength while yodeling.
I've always wanted to learn how to play the banjo and fly. So,
I hate tough decisions like that.
to me, that's a win-win. Well, 69% of people actually said the banjo, and only 31% said super strength while yodeling.
Wow.
So you are in the
wow.
minority.
Flying with banjos.
Yeah.
That'd be a great name for a band.
It would flying with banjo.
Flying with banjos. Huh, what's the name of your band? Flying with banjos. What?
Wow.
All right.
All right. So this is a tough one, Scott. I actually do think this is a tough one. Would you rather live without electricity for a year or without running water?
I don't know. I can make my own electricity, so
Right?
I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna take the water. I think that's probably more important.
I think because how many years did humans live without electricity? But I don't think we'd have made it very long without running water or without some kind of water.
Chuck will be sleeping at the library though, so he can charge his phone.
There you go. they do have that really nice stand out there.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Which our libraries were open again now, so there's that. All right. Would you rather have your internet history made public or never use the internet again?
Huh. Well, I can't give up the internet, so make it public, Chuck. Go ahead.
Yeah. I've got kids that use my
Get in
phone
trouble
still.
though for watching way too many cat videos.
Right. I was gonna say make it public. There's a lot of really boring stuff on there. And maybe a lot of really weird stuff that people might go, huh? What? But I don't know. I guess I don't really have anything that embarrassing on there. I have kids. I got to be careful what I have in my search history,
Yeah. All right. What not to buy your kids for Christmas? Right. So these are suggestions. This is from a few years ago. A blogger wrote an open letter to her grandparents, her child's grandparents, listing the things that they shouldn't buy. And it's a pretty good list. First up, what not to buy, people with kids, anything alive. Because you know what happens to things that are alive, right? They die.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes the next day.
Right?
It's true. It's the way it went in our family, anyways.
It is very true.
Explaining to their kid why Fluffernutter, the hamster, is hard as a rock and stuck in his tube.
Mm-hmm. We've had been there.
All right. Well, not to give kids stocking stuffers, like from the dollar store.
Oh, why not?
I don't know. And they call them here cheap pieces of junk, but I don't know. I kind of like to stick those dollar toys as extras or joke presents. So
Well, I mean, when they're kids too, especially you get the cheap stuff. The kids are just as happy with the cheap stuff as they are the expensive stuff. So
Dart gun is a dart gun is a dart gun.
right. I'm just saying.
I mean, Jet just had a birthday, and you should have seen the smile on his face when he pulled out that whoopee cushion.
Well, you know, half the stuff they're only going to play with it on Christmas Day and never see it again anyway. So,
That's right. Any toy that hurts when I accidentally step on it with bare feet. Not just Legos, any toy.
Yeah. Although Lego
You know
is
what
fun.
hurts like a Lego?
What's that?
I realized this the other night. A plug-in.
Oh.
You stepped on one before, haven't you? A
Oh,
plug-in?
oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Just like a Lego, maybe worse.
You know, I've got these ones. They're extension cords on a reel, and they have this weird. It's to stop the cord from getting sucked up too far into the reel. There's like a ball that's mounted at the end of the cable, and when you step on that ball, it's like stepping on a rock hard ball. It hurts, and it goes whoop right out from under your feet. Yeah,
And that's when Chuck fell.
yeah, more than once.
Another thing not to buy, if you're a grandpa, grandma,
Mhm,
aunt,
mhm.
or uncle, find somebody with kids, any toy without an off button. You know what? I'm going to go a step further and say any toy with an off button that doesn't turn off immediately when you push it.
See, I'm going to disagree with this one because when my sister's kids were little, those were my favorite things to buy them.
Things that didn't shut
Things
off.
that didn't shut off. Oh, my sister loved it so much. She would laugh and laugh and not invite me over the next year.
That's right. This person says any toy that requires me to play it with them.
Aw.
With playing with your kids, shame on you.
Right.
Wow.
Did you feel bad? Did you feel bad saying that out loud?
I did. That's
Yeah.
horrible.
That's those are the kind of toys you want to buy for your kids.
That's right.
Wow.
I've got at least $1,000 into Barbie.
Right? You have to. Can't tell you how many times I painted my nails growing up with my kids growing up.
Oh yeah. Had my
Oh, yeah.
hair done.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, not
All
me so
right.
much with that one, but
Stuffed animals. To say we don't need anymore is an understatement of the year. You know that game where there are a million stuffed animals in a big glass box and you have to steer the claw to try and pick one out? Sometimes I feel like I live that when I walk into the kids' room. This person says, one day I fully expect the claw to drop down through the ceiling
man,
and start grabbing stuffed animals.
but they still want more.
That's right.
We go through them occasionally. We have old garbage bags in the attic that are full of the old toys. They don't want to get rid of them, but they don't play with them anymore. So they sort of get cycled through by age and importance, and then occasionally they'll go through and rummage through and bring them all back out. And then it's insane. We need it.
They get old and nasty too.
They do. We
Man,
need a whole
land.
we need a whole storage shed just for the old stuffed animals, and they still want more and more and more and more. So there's that. All right, go ahead.
All right, something that's right up there, Chuck, with stuffed animals: talking dolls.
I'm picking up a heavy, creepy vibe here.
For one, they're creepy, and the way they talk without their lips moving like ventriloquists is freaky.
Nope. No dolls. Nope. We went to visit my mother-in-law in Texas, and she had her spare bedroom set up for us. We walk in there, the entire room covered in dolls. Some of them were like the old creepy Victorian ceramic dolls, newer dolls, all kinds of ages, all kinds of different costumes, themes, that kind of stuff. We said nope, we're just gonna go rent a hotel room, Mom. Thanks.
Can't sleep in here.
We could not
No,
sleep
you
in
should
there.
did is like it turned each and every doll around so it was facing the wall.
Ooh. Yeah, that would make it so much creepier. Because then they'd be mad at us. No,
All right.
not going
Hey,
there.
we're coming up on the top of the hour.
Yeah.
We've got guests showing up. I do have one down at the bottom that might be kind of fun. I don't know who picked these, but it is 2024's Dumbest Questions.
There's been a lot of those.
See, Chuck, you want to see how those rank up for us?
Yeah.
The dumbest
Yeah.
questions of 2024 so far. There's a couple weeks left.
Yeah, so we're gonna there's time. There's time.
Yeah. Don't stop now, Trump and Elon.
Right? So there's
Here's something we should work on for the new year too. They need a name. Like Bennifer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Donalon.
which is real close to ding-a-ling.
Right. Oh,
take
that was good. Elonald. All right, so these are the dumbest questions, as you said, asked on Facebook in 2024. These are in no particular order, so here we go.
Okay.
I sold my car only to help pay for gas money, but now gas has come down in price. How do I get my car back?
Oops.
Well, maybe you contact them and buy it back for a higher price than you sold it for.
Because, yeah, you deserve that.
Yeah. How do I turn off caps lock? I accidentally turned it on. Wait, let me restart this one. How do I turn off cap lock? I accidentally turned it on yesterday and I don't know how to turn it back off. Yeah.
Wouldn't it be good if your text reader on your smartphone actually read things in caps that way?
I would love that. It really should. Yeah. Maybe it'll remind. Have you ever have people that just always type in all caps? You ever seen that? Wait, I just push the button. Yeah, the caps lock. Just please push it. Stop yelling at me.
Your notification will say, "You have one new loud message."
Right. Oh my gosh! My mouse stops working every time I lift it up from the table. Why is this?
Oh.
Although I do
Sounds
have
like these all come from a tech support guy.
I do have a trackball mouse sitting right next to me that doesn't necessarily need to be sitting on a table. So there's that.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. Where can I buy a really big jar of peanut butter?
Okay.
Let's see. Where is a place that sells peanut butter of all kinds of sizes?
Yeah.
Maybe they mean like a 5-gallon bucket. You got to go to the URM or something for that. Go to Costco.
Taking a peanut butter bath.
Right.
It's a thing.
Do you speak from experience? Whee! Ew. I have 2 whole tangerines I've eaten about 2 whole tangerines in about 2 hours. What will happen to me?
Ooh. That's going to happen.
You won't get scurvy, that's for sure. All right. How do I become obese fast? I want to look good by the end of the year.
Oh, ow. Well, just eat what I eat.
Right? I was going to say, I've done something myself to do that. Yeah. I thought this next one.
This is my favorite.
I didn't read it until I read the first sentence, and wow. I thought cantaloupe was an animal. I always thought that a cantaloupe was that animal that has the horns. You know, they live in Arizona and stuff. But I was shopping for groceries yesterday, and I saw they had cantaloupe meat on sale. So I was like, yeah, sure, I'll try it. But what I saw wasn't a cantaloupe. It was some white and green fruit thing. What's up with this?
Cantaloupe, antelope, it's all the same.
Wow. The next one here. Will I get sued by a movie company if I name my new dog after a movie? Wow.
That reminds me of the Disney attorney when I contacted Disney and asked him about doing a fundraiser with a Star Wars theme. It was like, really? You're going to ask me this question?
Did they basically say, dude, just leave us alone?
Yeah.
Well, you never know. It's Disney. They love suing people.
Yeah. But he apparently, since it was a one-off, one night only, he just said, yeah, enjoy your fundraiser.
Yeah.
So.
Enjoy the. Yeah.
But yeah, the letter back he sent was like that. Like I had just sent him the dumbest question of the year. But yeah.
Well, you may have, Scott. Maybe the dumbest question he got that year. I doubt that though. Yep.
Last one, Chuck.
All right. And I believe the answer is yes, depending on the situation. Is it possible to feel like a sandwich?
Only if you're short and you're in an elevator. I feel like a sandwich all the time. All right. I see somebody working behind you.
Oh, yes. Ooh.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yes.
All right, coming up top of the hour. It is the top of the hour, 8:03 KCHW Chihuahua. All right, who's coming with us? Tell us who's going to be visiting with us after the break again, Chuck, in case somebody just joined us.
So we're going to be taking our short break, and we will be back with Dave Tupek and Steve Warner. They're both cast members in It's a Wonderful Life. They're going to come on and join us, and we're going to talk a little bit about what to expect for the play and talk about them. We're going to do some dad joke trivia with them, which I'm kind of excited to see what you got cooked up for us.
Okay.
So yeah, and we'll be right back after some news, thanking our sponsors after this break. Okay. You're listening to
Don't
KCH.
forget, you got to add them in too.
Oh yeah.
As we're going early. All right.
Oh yeah. No, I got it. We're good.
All right. Press the button.
All right. Thank you for listening to this KCHW 102.7. We'll be right back.
We also try to stick to the 4 main food groups: candy, candy cane, candy corns, syrup.
From now on, gang, we won't let Rudolph join in any reindeer games. You know, I don't believe in all this Christmas fuss. It's crass commercial nonsense. It's triumphant.
The Public News Service Daily Newscast, December the 19th, 2024. I'm Mike Clifford. Republicans rejected House Speaker Mike Johnson's bipartisan plan to avert a government shutdown as President-elect Donald Trump and Elon Musk joined a broad swath of the House GOP on Wednesday to condemn a compromise bill full of Democratic policy priorities. That from the Washington Post. They report the rebuke, which built steadily through the day and culminated with a long written statement from Trump in the late afternoon, has forced Johnson back to the drawing board on a plan to prevent a Christmas-time shutdown and maintain the support of his chaotic conference to be reelected as Speaker early next year. Meantime, members of the environmental nonprofit Green Latinos are involved in a push to get more Latinos across Texas involved in the fight against methane gas.
Texas is one of the largest producers of the hazardous chemical. The organization's Rogelio Mejuero says a large part of the campaign is educating the community.
They tell me all the problems they're experiencing. And the moment I connect with them, the fact that there's a fracking site less than a mile away, they start seeing how, ever since we moved to this area, we started having breathing problems. The one that hurts me the most is really the birth defects. Learning that Latina women are some of the most impacted with birth defects is heartening.
He says meetings will be held across the state over the next 6 months, culminating with a final day of action in Austin before the state legislature. I'm Frida Ross reporting.
Next up, business leaders, clean transportation advocates, and other experts say new technologies are helping to accelerate the transition to clean trucks and sustainable freight across states like Pennsylvania.
Members of the Clean Truck Pennsylvania Coalition are calling on federal and state leaders to back programs that support the deployment of clean power trucks across the Commonwealth. Jordan Stutt is with CalStart, a nonprofit dedicated to advancing clean transportation solutions. He says the goal is to get gas and diesel-powered trucks off the road.
We are going to take one of the busiest freight corridors in the country, I-95, and turn it into one of the first zero-emission freight corridors in the U.S. That investment and the jobs that it will bring underscore that this transition to clean trucks is all about opportunity.
The coalition is urging Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro and state and local leaders to adopt Advanced Clean Trucks Act. Advocates say the act would reduce emissions 50% by 2030 and achieve net zero by 2050. Brooke Petrie with Mom's Clean Air Force of Pennsylvania says zero-emission trucks are the key to cleaning up the air Pennsylvania families breathe. When residents of South Philadelphia step outside in the morning, the air often has a distinct toxic smell.
Here in Philadelphia, children of color are hospitalized for asthma complications at 5 times the rate of their white peers.
For Public News Service, I'm Mark Richardson.
This is Public News Service. The issue of child labor in hazardous industries like agriculture continues to draw attention in states like Florida.
Advocates say systemic gaps in enforcement and outdated labor laws are exposing vulnerable children to dangerous conditions. Reed Mackey with the Child Labor Coalition emphasizes the urgency of addressing exemptions that allow children to work in risky agricultural jobs.
It doesn't make sense to us. If a job is hazardous, if it's dangerous, and a kid should wait till they're 18, till they're an adult, then why would you make this exemption in agriculture? And we know that agriculture has very high injury and fatality rates compared to other sectors.
Florida's agricultural industry, one of the largest in the nation, faced criticism from farm worker advocates following the passage of House Bill 49. The legislation signed into law by the governor loosened child labor restrictions permitting 16 and 17-year-olds to work more than 8 hours a day and more than 30 hours a week during the school year. This story is based on original reporting by Don Atreide at Sentient. I'm Tremel Gomes.
Meantime, construction will begin early next year on new affordable housing dedicated to low-income Oregon farmers.
This project is the latest by the Farm Worker Housing Development Corporation, a nonprofit that is partnering with Energy Trust of Oregon to make their housing more energy efficient. This year, the FHDC hosted workshops teaching more than 200 families how to save energy at home. Ramon Martinez with the corporation says the payoffs are significant. Along with receiving more than $20,000 in incentives to help reduce energy use across their properties, he says residents' bills are down.
During the cold months, some people are afraid to turn on the heater, right? But it's been great because I've heard successful stories about residents seeing $200, $300 bills, lowering it down to the $100 range.
Research shows that most farm workers in Oregon do not have access to affordable housing. I'm Isabel Charlet.
Finally, holiday family gatherings are times for laughter and reminiscing, but Terry D reports the scenario can panic and confuse an Alzheimer's patient.
The disease causes brain cell deterioration and the ability to rapidly process information diminishes daily. The Alzheimer's Association Greater Indiana chapter reports nearly 11% of Hoosiers 65 and older have the disease. Licensed social worker and gerontologist Macy P. Smith researches the behavior of the older population.
And if you're going to have a small, intimate gathering, I also recommend doing name tags. Go ahead and put the person's name and the relationship to the person on the shirt, so that way they won't have to guess and wonder and try to figure out who this person is.
This is Mike Clifford for Public News Service, member and listener supported. Hear us on radio stations big and small, your favorite podcast platform. Find our trust indicators at publicnewsservice.org.
Broadcasting from beautiful Chewelah, Washington, this is Northern Lights Public Radio, KCHW 102.7.
Your KCHW morning show is made possible by donations from
Colville Toyota. Colville Toyota, located at 160 West 3rd Avenue in Colville, offers new and used vehicle sales and service. Vehicle sales is open 8:30 a.m. till 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday, with a Toyota Express Maintenance Center open 7:30 a.m. till 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. More information on Colville Toyota's vehicle inventory and services is available at colvilletoyota.com. A small-town dealership with a big heart.
and by Chewelah Flooring.
Chewelah Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chewelah Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Del Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at ChewelahFlooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at ChewelahFlooring@gmail.com.
Center Stage Productions and KCHW 102.7 proudly present It's a Wonderful Life, a live radio play.
There is a man in trouble down there, a man named George Bailey.
Experience the timeless story of George Bailey in the town of Bedford Falls.
I'm leaving this one-horse town. I'm going to travel.
Adapted by Anthony Palermo from Frank Capra's 1946 classic film.
Clarence Oddbody, Angel, second class. Maybe I can finally earn my wings.
Brought to life in this radio-style production. Adapted by Anthony Palermo from Frank Capra's 1946 classic film.
I was sent from heaven to help you.
Get in the car. Quick, it's your father. He's had a stroke.
Now that Peter Bailey is dead, I move that we dissolve the building and loan.
Showtimes are December 20th at 7 p.m. at the KCHW Theater as we go live on the air, and December 21st at 7 p.m. with a matinee on December 22nd at 2 p.m. at the Chihuahua Center for the Arts. Tickets are only $15 and are available at Acres United Drug, Valley Drug Company, or online at our.show/Chihuahua/radio 2024. Don't miss this one-of-a-kind heartwarming holiday event.
Teacher said every time a bell rings, an angel gets their wings.
Mark your calendars, grab your tickets, and join us for It's a Wonderful Life, a live radio play. A holiday tradition you won't want to miss. It's a Wonderful Life, directed by Catherine Patton and proudly sponsored by Colville Toyota and Cindy and Steve Warner. Come on, Steve, do a little dance.
That's the Christmas spirit, my little Smurfs.
Hey, Nick.
On this Christmas Eve, I just want to say, watch out for drunk drivers. And don't pick up anybody who might puke in your cab.
That is good life advice. Welcome back to the KCHW Morning Show. Once again, this is Thursday, December 19th. We are here with myself, Chuck Ritchie, Scott Allen. We have with us special guests Steve Warner and Dave Tupek, who are cast members of this year's Christmas play, It's a Wonderful Life. Good morning, guys. How you doing?
Morning.
Good morning.
How you doing?
We're good.
Good morning. So this is, you guys are both in the play, and this is not your first time doing a radio play. You guys were both in it last year.
Right.
And how are you guys enjoying it so far? What do you think?
It's great. I think it's going to be a great production. We a bunch of us have multiple roles, but it's anybody over the age of 10 that's seen that movie is just going to fall in love with this production. You
Right.
know? I think we bring it to life on the air.
Awesome.
Yes, indeed.
And we heard you guys a little bit in that promo we just played there. Tell us about the characters that you are both playing in the play. Go ahead, Dave.
Okay, so I play Henry Potter, the meanest man in town and the richest man in town.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Bert the cop.
Yep.
And I'm Paul Bailey. Peter Bailey, George's dad.
Yeah. So you're Mr. Potter. You're kind of channeling Scrooge from last year.
Bah, humbug.
That's right. So for those of you who don't remember,
This is typecasting, Dave.
Yeah, I know.
He was on Scrooge last year, which
Richest
was
guy
amazing.
in town, yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, okay, well, let's see. Who can we get that's going to be kind of snarky, is the way Catherine puts it. So I happen to fit, I guess, that role.
Which is ironic because you are one of the nicest people in Chihuahua.
Oh, well, you might want to ask some of the junior high football players about that.
Right.
I don't think they would necessarily agree. But,
All right, Steve. So go ahead and tell us about the characters you're playing here.
Well, one of my characters is Uncle Billy, who's
yes,
he has his moments, and then I also play Martini, the tavern owner,
Mm-hmm.
and then I play a sheriff, and then the night watchman that finds him in the river. So there's
There you go.
multiple characters, but it's great. The whole cast is just she did, I think, a wonderful job of casting everybody. It's
She did.
everyone seems to be just cast about where they should be cast, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And it's good. What's his name? Clarence is a hoot.
Joshua.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's a hoot.
he is doing great, isn't he?
Oh Lord,
He is.
he's just. I mean, if you close your eyes and you think and watch, you see the movie version up there and going, yeah, wow, this is him.
Right. You know, I honestly, I'd never seen the movie until we'd already started. And when we first started rehearsing, I was like, why is he making that weird voice? And then I watched the movie and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
he is the guy from the movie.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's a great movie. It's, a Christmas time tradition.
It's
I mean,
a classic.
It's just, and it's kind of funny, when I've read a little history, but when it first came out, it was kind of a dud. Nobody liked it. And then all of a sudden it started being on TV, and all of a sudden, boom.
Yeah.
It's a classic, and people just love that movie, especially this time of year. You know.
Oh yeah.
So it's yeah, doing it this I think is going to be just a great rendition of this whole thing.
I know it's been a lot of work, but it's been a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
It has been. It has been.
It's
And one thing that's funny, like you said, you're playing 4 different roles. Dave, you're playing 3? 3?
Yeah.
I've got 4 different roles myself, as well as running everything here in the station. I have small roles.
yeah, they're just little kind of get in there and out.
But
you know?
yeah.
And then it's like Daniel plays Gower and somebody else and somebody else.
He played Ernie the cab
yeah,
driver.
Ernie the cab driver.
Ernie the cab driver.
Mr. Gower.
And but yeah, he does a great job. He just of course he's a real experienced, talented guy. I mean, he and his wife are just. I mean,
Yeah. Well, and his wife Paula is
Paula's terrific.
Wednesday, Friday morning show co-host.
Yeah. She's both of them are just absolutely spectacular. It's kind of neat in a small town like Chewelah having so much talent around. I mean, it's just
it's a lot
all
of
I
fun.
am is loud and I can be seen and I'm loud. That's that's good enough for me.
Hey, sometimes that's what we need.
Yeah, it's just. But we went to that Rudolph thing the other day, and all those little kids.
Oh, Stage Time Productions are absolutely fantastic.
And it's just so neat for those little kids. To get in there. And our neighbors' kids did it a couple years ago, and they just kind of blossomed. You know?
Oh yeah.
You know, it's people think sports have teamwork. Boy, wait till you get on stage.
Well, we talk about this a lot on the morning show. We've talked about this with you a lot, Scott, too. Is there's something about theater that just builds. There's something you're so vulnerable with other people, and you have to explore things about yourself and be in these situations that, as much as I love sports and as much as I think sports are great for kids, it's a different type of experience where it's a more of a instead of like that physical contact, it's more of an emotional connection and
it
contact.
builds confidence.
It does.
And it builds teamwork. It's like, and it's not just the people on the stage, but you got the lights, the sound, the props. I mean, it's just everybody. And if one drops the ball, boy, you got to be able to pick it up. But it's
oh yeah.
It just, and for those little kids, it just builds so much confidence.
Oh, it does.
Can change
The
your
unique
life.
camaraderie, I think that you build up, and that camaraderie, and I want to use the term family, but that family can slowly change from play to play. It might stay a little more consistent if you've done it through, high school or college, but those are some of the most meaningful and strongest relationships I built, the ones that brought in my whole life, and probably the relationships that bloomed from being in theater, probably some of the fondest ones I have in my life. As far as having a camaraderie and a sense of a team, and people that have your back and that you can trust being yourself and putting yourself out there. It's very unique.
Yeah,
I
you're
pushed
real
my daughter
vulnerable out
into it.
there.
I had a really shy daughter, and I pushed her into it, and it really, looking at how she changed after that, and the job she has now where she, leads Zoom meetings for the whole company and stuff is I think it had a major impact on her life as well.
Absolutely. For those kids that are somewhat shy and whatnot and kind of maybe introverted, but you get them on stage and all of a sudden that wall's knocked down and you got, to your left and your right, people are going to help you. And work together.
They blossom on stage.
They do.
They really do.
They really do. And it's just, I'd encourage every kid, especially Janet here. She's just got a real knack of getting those kids out there. She's just, I don't know how she does it.
And it's not just that she's good at wrangling kids, wrangling like massive amounts of kids.
Yeah.
And they all listen to her because they love her.
Yeah. And she's got little groups, especially in that Rudolph thing. I mean, she had little groups here. I mean,
the reindeer and the elves, and it was a terrific production, like it usually is with Janet and what the kids do.
Yeah, it was just. I just encourage any kid that's around, get involved with that. It's just a super way to, meeting and greeting friends and building confidence. And
and I got to say, the stuff that Janet does here with the kids, for a town our size, I've lived in a lot of places, and I don't think I've ever seen. And I'm not just saying this because it's our little town,
Right.
and I'm biased. But I don't think I've seen, especially in children's productions, the production quality and
Yes.
the value that she puts into the shows.
Yes.
And to have a 60 regularly have over 60 kids
Yeah.
in plays from a town our size is unreal. I mean, it's just
Oh, yeah.
unbelievable, and it just shows how popular it is.
Yeah.
You know, either that or there's nothing else for the kids to do. I don't
Well,
think that's true
I think
though.
there's a kind of a combination of both,
Yeah.
but I think the parents and it just kind of feeds on itself now.
Yeah.
You know, the kids, oh, maybe I want to do that. You know,
Yeah.
and get in there and you go to those productions and you see these kids at, different productions of the age, and they're just, they get out there, and then they'll take it in high school and college and just go run with it.
Yeah, that's the
Exactly.
thing when they do the alumni showcase where they come back for the holidays and I mean it's amazing when they're all grown up but boy they sure have just a wealth of talent and it started for some of them just when they were like 5, 6, 7 years old.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which that show you're talking about, the Home for the Holidays, is actually coming up December 28th.
Right.
And that's at 7 p.m. at the Chula Center for the Arts.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you go see some of those people, and that's just crazy.
I got a couple questions about the play itself. So now you guys, we've done. I think our very first one was pre-COVID, where we did a Christmas play, a live radio play, and we just did it for the one night. And we didn't have it was during the City Sidewalks event. Chuck had just he wasn't manager yet, but he had just installed the theater chairs in our theater. And it was an open house where you could come see the radio station and watch this live radio play. Some people went in and out. Not a lot of people sat there and watched the radio play. There was a lot going on that night. But what was funny is we had a cast that night of about, 16 to 20 people.
Wow.
And people from the audience afterward had come up and wanted to be involved in the next one. I remember Sharon Ludwig came up and said, "Are you going to do this again? If so, me and Gino want to be on the list."
Yeah.
And it was very exciting for me because people aren't doing radio theater anymore.
Right.
It's pretty rare. There's LA Theater Works out of Los Angeles and a couple smaller radio stations like us around the country, but they're not doing a lot of it. And Steve, I don't know if you were in the last one from last year, but Dave, you were. Did you guys have an experience as far as the radio theater portion and what that was like for you?
Well, for me, I must say it was really great. I mean, it's something that I never expected to do, really in my life, but I just got kind of, into it and like I say, casting, which we all know is pretty important. Well, Catherine had said, "Well, look, Dave, I need you to be my Ebenezer." So I had to kind of get in touch with that as that side of myself. So,
Sure.
but doing it here at the station was it was a lot of fun. And of course, Catherine is wonderful with attention to detail, and that's what she says. And so she has us, get our costumes, and we look like we're from the 1940s, like the play is supposed to be. And that was great. And then just having, and the audience. Really comfortable seats here, folks. So just saying, if you want to have a nice place to sit to watch the radio play, the seats themselves are great. And but to have the audience just right there, just so close at hand, just made it that much more fun to do.
Yeah, they're just a few feet away, and it's just I was in last year's too, and that was my first experience at something like that, and I just this is kind of cool. And but down here at the station, the seats, you're about 5 feet away.
Exactly.
And they I mean, so you have to kind of look above them so you don't lose your place. Unlike over at the center, they're way out there. But here, I mean, they are right here, and it's just their reaction. You kind of feed off there, and vice versa, and it's just a wonderful experience. So I'd encourage anybody to come down Friday and watch how a radio show is put on.
Yep.
It's kind of a unique experience, and like I say, there's not many places in this country that do that, and I'm kind of proud to be part of it. I mean, it's really kind of neat up here. It's just it's for a tiny little burg like Chewelah. By the way, we do have a stoplight.
Yes. Yep.
I was recently down in Surprise, Arizona with my brother-in-law down in the Phoenix area, and you tell people that, and they'd look at you like, what? we do have a stoplight here, folks.
We do.
But it's Chewelah for Cindy and I. She wanted to get back to a small town, and I'm sure glad we picked this one. It's just it fits our lifestyle. It's where we want to be right now, and it's just a great. And our neighbors are great. Like I say, I haven't met anybody in Chewelah I don't like. You know, it's just it's and this radio thing is just. It's pretty cool.
Hats off to Chuck for picking it up and running with it again after COVID.
Yeah.
So, Chuck, is this going to work the same way as the last one? Opening night takes place at the KCHW studios, and then the rest of the shows are taking place at the Chewelah Center for the Arts. Do I have that correct?
Yep, that is correct. Yeah, we'll have opening night here, and that is going to be live on the air. Live over streaming, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, and then the other two shows will be not live. Well, they'll be live in person in the theater, but those won't be broadcast. They'll just be in the theater performances on Saturday and Sunday. So Saturday 7 p.m., Sunday at 2 p.m. And I want to say something. You were talking about how not a lot of radio stations are doing this live. Now, Anthony Palermo, the guy that did this adaptation for radio. He did it last year, and he did it again this year. I told him we're doing it live on the air, and he's shaking his head like, you are absolutely insane. he's like, right. Why on earth would you do a play like this live? And I'm like, because that's the joy of it.
That's the way it used to be done.
Yeah.
Way back in the day.
That was their entertainment. People just hug around their radio, and that was it. Just and Catherine's got us. Kind of fine-tuned, and it works pretty seamlessly. We're just all,
Well, the sound effects too.
Yeah.
And Scott, you can appreciate it. It's literally really old school. We've got a table set up, and our the people that are doing that sound effects and stuff are, just they're terrific at creating sound of footsteps crunching in the snow. And
doors opening,
thunder, all sorts of things. And of course, then having Jay on the soundboard, and Jay's such an experienced sound technician, and so it really brings it to life. Yeah. That's the thing I really like about it.
He's an integral part of the whole thing. Oh, without him, it would just.
Yeah.
But the folks behind us doing the sound effects, it's just it just adds to it.
And that's nerve-wracking too. If some, people probably don't even think about it. They're thinking about the actors and the nerves of being on stage. But I've done that before. I've done sound effects for a play at the Met. Ooh. And talk about being nervous because one little wrong button push or coconut clap or whatever. If you're doing Foley Artist Live stuff or if you're doing pre-recorded, one wrong move and you throw off everything. So they are just as nervous and have just as much vested in it as the actors, but I think they're the unsung heroes sometimes.
The actors are just a small part of this whole deal, in any kind of thing like that. But the actors just happen to be in front. But there's so much going on behind and around in front of you. We're just a small part of it,
Yeah. Well, especially for the radio. I mean, those sound effects. The difference between just hearing us read the script and with those sound effects added, it's a different. It's a completely different show,
Yeah. If you're just reading it, it's just blah. But boy, once you throw the sound effects in there, all of a sudden it comes to life.
It really does.
And the way that we're doing it here, I think it's just great.
Oh yeah.
When Clarence goes into the water.
Clarence and George end up in the freezing river.
And for those of us that have seen the movie numerous times, you kind of flash back going, oh yeah, you see that, and if we do it right, you'll see that in your mind's eye,
right,
so that's kind of cool. I'm looking forward to this whole thing.
Exactly.
Last one was a little bit Reader's Theater, but you were in costume. Are you doing it the same way this time?
Pretty much, yeah. We all have our own costumes, and then depending on what character we're in, we add a little something or take something away. But yeah, we all have different things we're doing or wearing during the production, so it kind of differentiates. Well, for the people in the radio here, they'll see that, but the ones over in the playhouse will be, they'll see it. I mean, we change, add or take something away from ourselves so you can tell which character we're in.
Yeah.
So
Accessorize.
yeah, accessorize. Yeah.
Well, the thing is too, I know that we also try and kind of alter our speech patterns, and when I'm Bert the cop, I'm a little bit of Irish in me. As you know, Bert, I gave my last name O'Malley. Bert O'Malley, the cop from Bedford Falls. Kind of.
And
a
then
thing,
the martini, he's an Italian. He's got his flavor and his hand movement. He have a pizza here for you, boy.
And then I played Nick the bartender. Forget
Hey,
about
come
it.
on now.
What do you want? What do you want to drink? We don't serve that here. Come on now.
We don't do that, but we doing this.
Yeah.
So, it's.
And then there's the old man who just kiss her. Just give her a kiss. Come on now. Yeah.
And I'm the sheriff now here.
Yeah.
So, but everyone's got. It's a wonderful cast. They all. It's just amazing. Some of them. It's just a wonderful group of people and a wonderful show. I think it's good.
And it's a wonderful life.
Yeah,
It is.
Hey, that's a good name
that
for
catchy?
a movie
That's
or
kinda catchy.
something.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and it's nice too because it is reader theater, but this is very well rehearsed.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Oh, boy.
We've been doing rehearsals for a few weeks now, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
A couple times a week,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
this is
This is kind of the
Heck
last
week.
week, and
Yeah.
so it's down to crunch time, and I think we're doing just well, and it's kind of like in a show. You don't want to peak before you open. You want to
Right.
peak when you open. You
Exactly.
know? And I think that's what Catherine's got us doing, and so we should be just peachy.
yeah.
Yeah.
And with every show, anybody who's ever been in any play or show or anything knows there's that one night when in rehearsal when things just
Yeah.
click.
Yeah.
And you're like, wow, this is going to be amazing. And I think that was last night. It was just all of a sudden, everybody was firing all cylinders. Everybody was hitting their cues every single time the whole play.
Yeah.
I don't think there were
Yeah.
I mean, there's always a couple, slip ups, but last night was like that night where all the sound effects were spot on.
Yep.
Everything was just like a well-oiled machine, and we made through the whole thing.
Yeah, it just went well.
yeah.
I thought
Yep.
to really went. I was in a show down at Civic Theater, To Kill a Mockingbird, and I played the sheriff. And I was on one scene out there. I had to fire the rifle.
Mm-hmm.
My biggest worry was it wouldn't go off, and I didn't have my glasses, so I had to have this. I was like Barney Fife. I had the bullet in my shirt.
Yeah.
And I'm going, boy, this better work, otherwise I am screwed. And we did a preview, and a bunch of prisoners, from the jail came over to kind of preview. And boy, you got a little nervous there being a sheriff with a rifle and going, oh, I better do this right. And that's the same thing here. You just, you rehearse it enough and practice enough and all that, so you don't really think about it.
Yeah.
It's natural. So you just go and do it.
Yeah.
So
People might say, if it's readers' theater, why are you practicing? But they might not realize that just like when you read anything, the tendency when you have something in your hand is to read it.
Yeah.
And you don't want to read it. You want to deliver it. You want to
bring it to life. Bring it to life.
Practicing a reader's theater, I think, is just as important.
Oh, absolutely.
as regular play.
It is. Well, you got to know, there's all those timing things. Like, when a line ends in ... like Catherine's always been trying to drive it. You gotta keep that. You don't
you
stop
gotta
right
flow.
there. You gotta finish the sentence. You gotta.
Yeah, just keep going until someone cuts you off.
Yeah.
Just don't stop. And
you got to know when to cut somebody off, because you don't want someone to go. And then I went to the.
Yeah.
You gotta. Someone has to stop them from talking.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of that timing stuff.
And that's what she's been getting us to do.
Yep.
Just, keep talking until they cut you off like they're supposed to.
Yep.
And that's what the rehearsals and the reading is going on, telling you to do.
Well, and then for Friday night, because we're broadcasting, live from the theater, that whatever you hear coming out of the mixing board is not always what you hear coming over the radio. It's Scott, it's different from what you hear in the theater versus what goes over the radio versus what goes streaming over the internet.
Right.
Yeah.
It's 3 different performances all happening at the same time.
Yeah. It's I got family that's going to be listening in Spokane, and I'm sure I'll hear about it the following day, and we'll see what they thought. But yeah, it's a way to get in a kind of a broader audience.
Yeah.
Especially up here. I've been really wonderfully surprised at the support the theater has up here in the small towns, and I think it goes back to when there wasn't TV and radio and all that, and each community had to kind of entertain themselves.
Yeah,
and it's built on that, and I just think it's just great. Small town, all of a sudden, whoa, you got a lot of people in there, and like my bride Cindy, you could hold a gun to her head and she would not get up on a stage. She would not do that. She just, and I think that goes the opposites attract us. I have no problem getting in front of people.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I've overcome it. Since birth, I've been able to overcome it. But yeah, she just she'll work behind the scenes and help and do all that. But boy, no, I don't think so. You know? So it's kind of, everybody has their own thing. If everybody was going to get up on the stage, then nobody would.
Right.
But yeah, it's and like Sharon's Ludwig's in this thing, and she's a wonderful human being. She
really is.
She's a hoot, as they say. But and Gino, he should be coming home now, and hopefully he'll be able to see it or hear it and go, be proud of us. So
I hope. I think he's definitely going to be proud of Sharon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's always.
Those two are just a great couple, and they're some of the first ones Cindy and I met in town, and just Cindy wanted to get back to a small town. She was raised in Montana, and I said, I don't care where we go. I have the ability to. Well, I won't say it on air, but I have the ability to upset people wherever I go. it's a gift.
Word's getting around all over the inland Northwest.
Right?
Watch out for this guy.
Yeah.
But your wife is absolutely lovely.
Oh, yeah. She's a hoot.
She's
why
great.
she stuck with me, I'll never know. But, yeah, she and I are kind of a good team. We, like I say, the opposites attract, and she's good looking, and, well, I'm me.
Well, and I want to say if our listeners hearing the promo, it did say at the end, the show is sponsored by Colville Toyota and Steve and Cindy Warner.
Yeah.
So they're at the beginning of this play, the Performing Arts Center, they actually purchased the rights to the play. This isn't it's not a public domain thing, or I guess the screenplay itself is, but this was our pre-done for the, so nobody had to rewrite the script or make those changes. It had all the cues in there. It has everything for radio with all the breaks and everything added in to the script. And we got through, we got started in it, and all of a sudden, oh no, to do the streaming rights, to get the rights to stream it over, over the air or online rather, was an extra $300. Which, considering last year we only sold about 15 seats to this play, which hopefully will sell this audience out this time.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of a situation on either side where it's fun to come see it in the theater, but also it's a radio play, so I think a lot of people want to listen to it on the radio.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
but that's why we rebroadcast them, right?
Yeah, exactly. but not being able to stream it was kind of a huge blow.
Well, that's why I went home and told Cindy, I said, they need our help, and it won't cost that much, so she wrote out a check. So
yeah, so thank you, really appreciate that.
It's
round of applause to you guys.
Thank you.
It's all Cindy. She, I just, she and I are a team.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it was actually a big relief for us, because we were thinking, man, because we're likely to not even make that much money on this play. We're just hopefully we will, but
Yeah, we have the ability to do things once in a while, so we'll do it. You know?
Much appreciated.
Yeah.
And speaking of making money off this play, so we do want to raise funds for the radio station. As the play is live, we will have a link going on the streaming platforms. I'm going to get that up later tonight, so people have a couple days beforehand to help donate. We're going to do it. I'm not sure what I'm going to call it yet. Maybe a virtual ticket or an on-air ticket, where you can go ahead if you like what you're hearing. If you're on the social media, there will be a link right there.
Nice.
To the streaming description or wherever that will have a link to donate $5 to the radio station.
Oh my gosh, that's a great idea.
And
that's
you'll be able to click that as many times as you want. You can do it 100 times if you want.
Yeah.
So
that's great. Yeah. Well, little stores like this and little towns need help, but it's
and I don't think a lot of people, we talk about it, but a lot of people don't realize is every new year is a challenge for the radio station. We already have to have our feet on the ground and running because every January, all music royalties come due from the 4 or 5 platforms that charge royalties to radio stations, and it gets in the neighborhood of $5,000.
Wow.
That's part of the reason why we do our musical Christmas cards, and we sold out this year, so thank you everyone that got a musical Christmas card, all the businesses, and I think we have some private individuals that got Christmas cards too. So that gives us a big push as we go into the new year, and we have to unload a ridiculous amount of money to play music.
We do. We do.
Yeah.
And it's it's immediate. It's first of the year hits. Okay, they give us our money, but which we want to do because we want to support the artists. But,
sure. Yeah.
Sure.
But it does get expensive.
Well, do we want to do, you guys, I have some fun Christmas quiz for all 3 of you that are in the studio today. And then we'll just kind of do a wrap up of where to get your tickets, what nights and times the shows are, and where they're located. But did you guys have anything else before we go into this Christmas trivia? Anything else you guys want to say about the play?
No, I just listen to it or come down and see us. It'll be a wonderful experience either platform. At the radio station, it'll be kind of neat because you'll see us actually going out over the air and see what used to be. This is the way that people got entertained 100 years ago.
It's true.
And some of us were back. We were alive back then.
I just want to say that I'm really proud of this. I'm really proud of what we've done here, and I'm really excited for Friday. I want to get that out there.
It's going to be what they call a hoot.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I like that word.
Oh yeah. And I think we've got the technical stuff down, and I think it's going to be a great performance. It's going to be a great production, and I think it's going to all come out really, really.
Yeah,
really
I
good.
think it's just going to be. I think it's going to be great.
Yep. Anything, Dave?
All right.
Here we go.
We're going to move into a little trivia. I'm going to ask I've changed Christmas dad jokes into trivia questions, and I'm looking for some answers from the 3 of you there at the KCHW studios.
Okay.
First one.
Okay.
Who does Santa call when his sleigh breaks down?
Who does Santa Claus?
AAA.
I don't know. Who does Santa call when his sleigh breaks down?
The abominable toe man.
Wow.
Now I see what direction this is going.
Yeah, it's going downhill real fast, isn't it?
All right, maybe that helped you out. Then you'll actually get one. All right,
go.
how do you wash your hands over the Christmas holidays?
How do you wash your hands over the Christmas holidays?
Well,
maybe what should you use to wash your hands over the Christmas holidays?
A snowman.
Melted snow.
You guys are kind of close, but you're missing it.
Peppermint soap? I don't know what.
Sanitizer.
Sanitizer. Wow.
Why don't you ever see Santa in a hospital?
Because he only works one night a year.
Because his medical coverage doesn't cover it.
Yeah, he doesn't have a health plan.
Oh, no, you guys are way off. It's because he has private elf care.
Oh. Wow.
You know,
What
these-
nationality
those
is Santa Claus? Dave, you should get this one.
Well, what is he? Croatian?
Croatian.
No, North Polish.
North Polish.
Close. I was close. It's in Central Europe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're not done yet, boys.
Oh,
All right,
boy.
what brand of motorcycle does Santa ride?
Oh, it's got to be some sort of Christmassy thing of some
Right,
sort.
right.
Yes.
A John Reindeer.
Ooh, good one.
Oh, that's pretty good, but
Yeah.
no.
Okay.
I don't think they make motorcycles, do they?
They should.
Yeah.
Green ones. I'd ride one.
As would I.
So, it's a Davidson, but what kind of Davidson?
Santa.
It's a I'm trying to think of all the different reindeer names.
Donner
No.
Davidson.
Nope, nope.
No, it's Holly Davidson.
Holly Davidson. Oh my goodness.
Sorry, that one was really bad. All right. What goes oh?
Santa backing his reindeer up to put them away after delivering all the presents to the girls and boys.
I'm going to give it to you because that's the first right answer. It's Santa walking backwards. That's close enough. All right.
You get a lollipop.
What do you get if you eat Christmas decorations?
Oh. Eat Christmas decorations.
I don't know. Plugged up.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you get, Scott?
Tinselitis.
And this is going out over the air, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
A gingerbread man went to the doctor complaining of a sore knee. The doctor asked him what?
A sore knee.
Gingerbread man with a sore knee. What did the doctor ask him to do?
Ice it.
Yeah, have you tried icing it? Good job, Chuck. All right.
Thank you.
Steve,
Yeah.
you got to get one.
I
Okay?
gotta get one.
Okay.
All right. Why is everyone so thirsty at the North Pole?
Thirsty at the North Pole.
Because
Let me sing it to you. Noel. 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 They're thirsty. Get it?
Yeah. That took me a while, even after you gave us the answer.
Oh.
Why was the snowman looking through the carrots?
to see his nose. He's nosy.
Close.
Because his nose ran.
You guys are so close.
Gosh
So
darn it.
close. He was picking his nose.
That was a good one.
Wow.
That was a good one.
Who knew?
Why did the snowman turn
knows.
yellow?
What? Say again?
Why did the snowman turn yellow?
His nose ran.
Because he was envious of the other ones?
Ask Chuck.
Because he was envious of the other snowmen that had dogs?
Why did the snowman turn yellow? Ask that little boy over there. His name's Chuck. All right. Last one. Quite possibly the best.
Okay.
All right. I hope someone gets this.
Okay.
What do you call an old snowman?
An old snowman.
A pile of ice?
Oh.
Like Chuck's got it.
Yeah. He's there.
I'm on a train of thought, but it's derailing.
Pull into the station.
What do you call an
man.
old snowman?
Old
Steve was the
snow.
closest.
What did Steve say?
A pile of ice? Water?
Oh, that's yeah.
Oh, he just got it. He just said it. What do you
Ice
call an
water?
old snowman?
Ice water.
Nice. You got it.
I was trying to
All
think of a
right.
guy.
Hey, Steve, you got one.
You got
got
one. You
it.
did. Yes.
All got one. Round of applause for the boys.
There we go.
I was trying to think of a guy's name that meant like like a puddle of water or
Right.
like river or
Right.
River Phoenix.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That would have been a good one.
All right, Chuck, you probably got the details in front of you. You want to give us a lowdown? We've been talking with Dave Tupek and Steve Warner about this weekend's play. It opens tomorrow night at the KCHW studios, then moves to the Chihuahua Centers for the Arts, so we can do a little live broadcast with the cast. All right, Chuck, give me all the details and the times.
Yeah. Yeah, so it is happening Friday night right here at the KCHW Theater. That is at 7 p.m. Tickets are available online at, what is it, hour.show/. Oh, gosh, I should have this. I thought I had the, oh, here we go. I'm gonna switch over to this here.
Here we go.
Here's the poster. I knew I had it there. So, yeah, it's going to be right here, 7 p.m. Friday night, and Saturday at the Chihuahua Center for the Arts at 7 p.m., Sunday at 2 p.m. Tickets are available at Acres Drug, Valley Drug, or at it's, you know what? I have this poster cut off. It's not the whole poster here, but it's the link is on the Center for the Arts website.
I don't know. I don't have to buy a ticket.
And it is. Oh, I accidentally took you off Zoom trying to find it. I got it cut off, but I do. The link is on the Chihuahua Center for the Arts website. I believe it's hour.show/. It's a big long URL, and I don't have it in front of me.
Just go to the Chihuahua Center for the Arts
Yeah.
Facebook page, click on it, and buy your tickets if you want them online. Maybe, Chuck, you can get that on our website.
Yeah, absolutely.
Later today, put it up top.
Yeah.
And Steve, I found out you were on the naughty list, and they just said you will have to buy a ticket.
Well, I'll have to go through Cindy because she has our money.
I think I kind of think you guys have earned a ticket. I can't say it because that's really up to the theater, but there's that.
Well, we'll see.
All right, you know what?
I could charge it.
You know what? I got the whole poster here, and the link to buy those is not on the poster.
Oh,
Ooh.
okay.
Ooh. But I am on the Chihuahua Center for the Arts website. I will find that really quick here. If you'll bear with me for just a second. I'm clicking on it. There we go. Let's see. And I do have that on our daily announcements too, I know. There we go. Here we go. Purchase tickets.
All right. Going to paste that on the Facebook page for us
Yeah.
when it gets it all straightened out. Guys, we
a very
want
long
to
URL.
thank you so much for being on the show today. Once again, Dave Tupek and Steve Warner, big round of applause for you.
All right.
Thanks.
You guys have any Christmas wishes?
Just have a good time. Everybody be safe and sane, and come down and watch us either at the radio station or over at the Performing Center. It is kind of different. Presentation. It's not like a normal theater play. It's just come down and experience it for yourself.
It's our voices that do the acting. Like Scott was talking about how you
Yeah.
have to kind of bring it to life just through your voice.
Right.
And that's
Yeah.
the important part of it.
We're all pretty, so that's kind of an added bonus.
Well, just you, Steve.
Yeah.
Just you.
You got to
outshine
go
us
with
all.
what you got. You
Yeah.
know, that's what my manager says.
And again, we were talking about the sound effect guys. It's really fun to watch them in the back, and they're not just doing sound effects. They're leading the applause. They're leading the audience participation.
They're barking like a dog.
Yeah, barking like a dog.
Howling like a dog.
Barking and howling.
Yeah.
There's one point where somebody needs to snap their fingers into the microphone, and nobody could get a good snap. So I stand up, I walk over to the microphone,
Found his life's calling.
just to snap into the microphone.
Yeah,
and then go
Chuck's
sit
our
back down.
designated snapper.
snapper. Yeah.
He's our snapper.
Yeah. So you write that on your resume.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
indeed.
exactly. And yeah, we'll get that up on our Facebook page. Scott, if I give you the link, can you get that up on our website?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
cool.
totally.
Yeah, we'll get you all that stuff today. I probably should have done that a while ago, but that's okay. 'cause
That's all
the
good.
tickets are actually being sold through the Chihuahua Center for the Arts, and they've been doing a good job getting out there. And if you want to tune in tonight right here on KCHW, you can tune in from 6 to 8 p.m. for Out of the Woods. 8 to 9 p.m. is Kelton a Twist. 9 to 11 p.m. is Acoustic Cafe. So,
And then tomorrow is our last live show of 2024, correct? And then the morning show's on hiatus till 2025.
Yep, that is correct. And so tomorrow morning, it's going to be myself, Paula, Craig McQuain, and we have a couple of actually lovely guests tomorrow. They're going to be joining us on Zoom. Let's see here. It is going to be some members of the Riddler family and her sister. And for the life of me, I just had it in my head before I started talking. I always do this. Sorry.
Chuck, quit doing this, please.
I know. I got
see it leaving his head, can't you?
Right?
can.
Yeah.
Smoke. Yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
If you
Kind of glowing red behind his head on the camera.
Yeah, if you're, it's Emily Riddler is going to be here, along with her sister Sophie.
Okay.
So there you go.
And what do they do? Are they musicians?
Yeah, they're local musicians. I believe their father owns the Riddler's Piano Bar in
Oh,
Spokane.
it's Steve Riddler's
Yeah,
kids.
yeah.
His wife. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Very nice.
Yeah, so
Very
they're going to
nice.
be joining us. They've got some stuff going on. They're working
Great.
on a collaborative project, and they're going
Great.
to come on, sing a song for us, and join us for the morning. And like you said, we're going to be off then for the morning show. The radio. I had a question the other day because we were talking about that. Someone said, "Oh, you're going to be off the air for 2 weeks?" No, we
Just the morning show.
we are not going to be doing the morning show I tell people when they say, "Well, what are the exact dates?" The dates the kids are out of school.
Yes.
Those are the dates we're going to take our Christmas break. It's going
There
to
you
be
go.
starting after tomorrow for 2 weeks, and then we'll be back.
Yeah,
at-
it's we're a nice organization. We give our volunteers a little time off around the holidays.
just a little bit, just for the holidays, but you don't.
Just a little though.
Yeah, but you don't get paid for it. No.
All right. Thank you guys so much for being on the show today. As they say in theater, break a leg, but not too many of them.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
only got 2.
And you know, Scott, I found this out. This is a real thing. For radio, you don't say break a leg.
Oh.
You know what you say?
What do you say?
Have you heard this term? I didn't know this myself. Break a lip.
Ooh.
Break a lip.
Ow.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, let's hope Mary doesn't.
Right?
Yeah.
I hope
She's
not.
got that one scene in there where it's, let's hope she doesn't.
Oh, with the
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
talking on the phone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
when she's on the phone.
That's a hoot.
it is. It is.
All right. And don't forget, you can use my joke today. Who does Santa call when a sleigh breaks down?
Yeah.
The Abominable Toe Man.
Gotta give you credit. All right, you gotta say, I heard it on KCHW today. There you go.
All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to the KCHW Morning Show. You guys
I'm
have a
on
great day.
vacation.
Yay.
Send us postcards.
Hoorah.
Yeah, you're done. I got one more day. You're done after this. After this
Done. I'm
very
done.
moment.
I'm out of here.
Right
Yeah.
now, when I click this button.
I'm done.
Goodbye, everybody.
From now on, gang, we won't let Rudolph join in any reindeer games.
As we fade out, Cindy Warner asked if Roger was watching for the jokes. Ironically, we were just talking about him before the show.
We were.
Sorry, Roger. He's better at them than I am.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Blake asked what the show was called. Blake is our Clarence. He should know it's not Clarence. Blake is our
George.
George Bailey.
George Bailey.
George Bailey. He should know.
And he's a great George Bailey.
Oh, Lord, yeah.
He's a great George Bailey.
4 main food groups.
Yeah.
Candy, candy cane, candy corns, cereal.
All right, you guys have a great one.
Your KCHW Morning Show, made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock